Hey everybody, welcome back to episode number 45 of Big Time Reality TV. My name is
Wow, number 45.
yeah, number
That's a lot
45.
of
I'm gonna be close to 50. My
Wow.
name is Andrew Kirk. You guys can follow me on Twitter, and I don't think this person needs any introduction.
Oh God.
You guys first saw her on Real World St. Thomas, where I got the awesome chance to speak with her a couple times. She came back on my podcast last season. She's back at it again. Marie Roda from this season of the Challenge Vendettas. How are we doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy to have you back on. We had a great time last time talking with you, and then Ace was on as well. So we just had to do it again.
Of course.
Yeah. So how's everything going on your end outside of the challenge?
Everything's pretty good. I have no complaints. What about you?
Things are going very, very good. I'm definitely looking forward to, like I tweeted last week, I'm going to bring this back on more than a infrequent basis. I'm going to try to do this weekly. So want to bring back the fun. So my first question for you, Marie. After the unfortunate, I know you don't want to. I hate bringing this up because I was very sad to see it after the unfortunate exit on Dirty 30. How did you feel about going into Vendettas? Did you feel like you had more to prove after this after the exit you made on Dirty 30?
More to prove. That's kind of difficult for me to answer. I don't know if there's ever going to be a situation where I am going to be okay with eating disgusting things. But I definitely, every time you go on to these things, especially when you leave early, you always want to prove yourself, especially with all the people that hate on you and talk stuff. You know, the last thing you want to do is go on and allow them to continue to talk stuff. So hopefully this season I stay around pretty long. So we'll see.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't blame you about not eating the, what was it, rat's head?
Yes, it was rat's head. It was all these different things. So
I'm sure most of America understood. I mean, with most quits, the people on social media were probably pretty brutal. I'm sure people were pretty brutal with you, but I'm sure majority of America were like, okay, we wouldn't have ate that anyway. We wouldn't have ate that either. So you're good.
Well, yeah. So I have to remember that there's a reason why they keep casting me, and that's because there are some people out there that do agree with me. So yes, I agree with you. There's definitely some people who feel the same way.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, the past few seasons, I mean, we saw a couple quits on Rivals 3. Obviously, Theo quit on Invasion. My boy Jay, I would love to see him back, but he quit on X's too.
Yeah, I guess I'm just a different type of quitter.
Yeah. And I put this on the challenge Facebook page, and I know you saw it. The reason why I think I like the fact that they keep bringing you back is you're an amazing character.
Am I?
I think so. I feel like you tell a great story on TV. I mean,
I'm really trying to get Sylvia to come in here.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, we got a surprise guest coming in, so stay tuned for that. But like I was saying, I feel like if going back all the way to rural St. Thomas, you guys, I feel like you were one of the stars of that show. You and Trey. You guys.
Trey?
Yeah, you and Trey were probably like the main storyline people each and every week, and it's good to see that they keep inviting you back.
Why do you think I'm such a good character?
You tell it like it is. I mean, you're no bullshit.
I tell it like I think it is, I guess, right?
Yeah.
and the few people that out there that probably feel the same way.
Yeah, and I see why you have a good friendship with Kayla, because she's exactly like that.
Yeah, she's good people. I love her.
So one of the questions that was asked, and I definitely was going to talk about this, from @JDD Cud Joe. She wants to know what you think about the UK kid and past Big Brother cast members coming in the show, and what were your first impressions of MTV reaching out to more networks?
Well, for me coming back onto the show, and especially not having stayed very long on either of the ones I came back onto, I've always kind of technically been a rookie at heart. So when newer people come on, it's actually a benefit to me. because it allows me to kind of, reel in new friendships and new alliances. It's actually a better, more interesting game for everyone all around. So I absolutely love them coming in. I love the UK kids. I mean, Kaylee's one of my besties, so I'm all here for the British takeover.
Yeah, I love it too. It was unfortunate that we had to see Rogan go so early. Or how your boy Kyle likes to say Rogan.
I know.
I love how he says Rogan. It's amazing.
All right, hold on. I have someone coming. Hold on.
Okay, sounds good.
Unfortunately, I didn't really get to know Rogan that well. But hey, listen, I'm no stranger to going home early. So,
what do you think of it? What do you think of MTV and the CBS partnership?
What CBS partnership?
With bringing on Big Brother.
I mean, Victor hasn't really done much for the show. Natalie's clearly really great on the show. She brings a lot. So I mean, all around, I think it's been a really great addition. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, and from what I hear, there might be somebody from the MTV family coming on Celebrity Big Brother. So that's why they did a you scratch our back, we'll scratch yours type of thing.
I see. That makes a lot of sense.
I've heard two names of people coming back on. One of them is somebody who we'll definitely talk about later on in the show, and then one of them is Mark Long.
Oh,
amazing!
All right.
Is she coming
on? She should be coming on.
So let's talk about your Vendettas. So obviously we know Cara was embedded in Vendettas years and Kayla's combined. Is there anybody we haven't seen on the show that you came in with like a little bit of a vendetta with?
You mean on this show or like in general?
On this show.
No, for the most part, I think that I was I mean, the majority of the cast is new, so I really didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, relationships and friendships, they're all kind of up for grabs.
Yeah. It seems like it'd be something that it feels like it's anybody's game this season. And
I mean, the whole last episode was all of the rookies, so they definitely left an impact.
So going into this season, with some of your relationships, I mean, I mentioned Kayla. You have a very good. You guys were on very good terms going in.
Yeah, we were. We had no beef going in there, and she actually becomes kind of like my little sissy this season. So hopefully you see that. You never know what they're going to actually show.
Yeah. She needed somebody to hang in there with her, because poor Miss Jenna gets hurt on Chance vs. Stars. I felt so bad for her.
I know, she's such a sweetheart. She'll be back.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Another question from Anthony Canada as we're waiting for our surprise guest. Why do you think you're such a polarizing cast member among fans of the show? I don't get why some fans are downright nasty to you.
Ooh, that is a good question. All right, so I've actually done a little bit of research on this recently. So everyone wants to be loved in this world. And if they say otherwise, they're lying, right? But realistically, not everyone's always going to love you. So a lot of people typically kind of try to play this vanilla normalcy, so that no one necessarily dislikes them. But when no one necessarily dislikes you, that means that no one necessarily loves you either. So when you're someone like myself who kind of is very outspoken and is very nice, hold on one second. I'm trying to get her on.
No problem. Take your time. We got it.
I just, listen, my entire life, people always either love me or they hate me. There's no kind of in between with me. And the people that love me really love me, and the people that don't like me really don't like me. So, all right, no one's coming on because they don't want to do live stream because they all look like shit. Yeah. So I hate all of my friends.
All good. Tell them to tweet at CCGrad8Kirk, and I would love to chat with with them. I'm trying to get more people on.
Yeah, they'll definitely want to come on.
Yeah. So,
All right.
my friend Stefan wants to know. Obviously, with Latoya, your bestie Toya, we didn't see her on the reunion Dirty 30. Is she done with challenges, or do you think she'll come back?
Toya is in a very, very good place in her life right now. She's happily dating someone. She owns a house. You know, usually when you like start to grow up and adult really hard, you don't really have time to go on a challenge randomly. That being said, never say never. I feel like everyone that's ever done the show, it's kind of like an addiction. So you never know when someone's going to pop back up. But for now, I think it's safe to say you won't see her on the next season.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy for her. I mean, the challenge isn't going to last forever. I mean, they got to move on at some point, you know?
Yeah.
So more than happy for her. So going back, let's go all the way back to the beginning. First challenge, you guys go on you guys run this up this, what would you call it?
Hill.
You guys run up the hill, and then you guys have an overnight challenge. I mean, what was that like? Just getting off the plane, like I'm guessing it was probably hours getting off the plane.
No, actually, we walked right off the plane and we got right in front of TJ and ran up a hill. Had a couple of drinks on the plane, so I wasn't necessarily in the best shape to run, nor was I necessarily in the best shape to run regardless because I didn't really practice. But yeah, we just got and the challenge started right away.
Mm-hmm. And how did you feel about your performance for the opening challenge?
I felt like I needed to make sure that I didn't come in last, and that's what I did. So did a lot of sightseeing on that rock.
Yeah, that was a crazy first challenge, and to see somebody like Josh. How do you say his name? Josh. Oh yeah, I was talking to Al. I had talked to a guy from Medium.com. I think you talked to him before, Alan, where he said it was like Ross, but Josh.
Oh, have I been pronouncing it wrong this whole time?
I don't know how to pronounce it. It's hard, it's kind of difficult to pronounce.
It's a tongue twister because you want to say Josh.
Yeah,
but it's not.
Yeah, he went in the first challenge. What did the vets feel? How did the vets feel about that?
About what?
About Josh winning that first challenge.
You never want to see someone come in and win. That's completely new. That's for sure. They knew he was going to be a threat off the bat, though. So I don't think anyone was super, super surprised.
Mm-hmm. So obviously, the first challenge is over. You guys get to the house in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad finally that you guys are doing a challenge in Spain. I don't think they've ever done one in Spain.
No, and I've never been to Spain. So
what was that like?
You don't really get to see that much when you go there. So
yeah, I'm sure it was pretty nice during the days. I'm sure there was probably not any crappy weather.
Yeah.
We're going to the store. We'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about a certain Brit. We were talking about the Brits earlier. Let's talk about Mr. Kyle Christie, Mr. 1.1 million followers on Instagram.
Wow. I didn't know.
Yeah, I checked that out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I see why they casted him.
He's a good person, I guess. I don't think he's too fond of me, so.
Yeah. So things without giving like future stuff away, things didn't work out between you guys. Obviously, because he's now with DM.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one he doesn't follow on social media, so I think it's safe to assume that things don't work out.
Well, that's a bummer, but I said this going in, Kyle looks way too much like Abe. That's probably why Cara was in love with him.
I don't know. I mean, they're both pretty similar. It wasn't really very surprising to me. So
yeah, not very surprising for the longtime viewers too. So, was there anybody else you had your eye on in the house, or is that to be determined?
That's to be determined.
Ooh, get a little bait there, huh? I like it.
Potentially, you never know.
So, let me see any other questions. I don't know if I want to ask this question, Naya said. Our girl Naya. She wants to know if you guys are allowed to smoke on the show.
Okay, so we weren't allowed to smoke on the property. So anywhere in the house, or well, you wouldn't smoke in the house, but anywhere like outside. So we'd only be able to go one by one, and we'd have to go ask production for permission, and they'd have to bring us up there. And when you take the social aspect out of smoking, it really kind of kills the entire vibe. So yes and no, mostly no, because what's smoking cigarettes if you're doing it alone?
That's kind of pain in the you know what. I mean, I've heard stories about the whole drinking situation of how the food coloring, and if you finish something, you have to ask production for another. I bet it's kind of like. I mean, I've heard it's like prison, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed my time, so I don't like to call it prison, but it's definitely not the real life, that's for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of good twists this season. So we have the Troika, we have the Inquisition, get money every challenge, which I like. There was a challenge way back when called the Ruin Sow, where they each have their individual bank accounts. So let's just start with like the Troika. What do you guys think of how this Troika has been going down? How 3 individuals form it, and then they pick 3 people to go in.
The Troika is going to play a huge aspect in the game. It's kind of really hard to describe, honestly, so I don't even want to begin to. Yeah. But, you know, just to kind of get everything in here so I can make sure I have enough time to like kind of tell you about it. This season is going to be really, really, really insane. There's a lot of twists. There's a lot of grenades that are going to really, really affect the way that this game is played previously compared to previous seasons. And I think I honestly, it was definitely my favorite season I've ever filmed. That's not really saying much considering, you know, the last couple of ones I wasn't on too long. But I think all around the feeling, no matter how many people have done before, they definitely love doing this one the most.
Yeah. Well, that's really good to hear. And I'm hoping that with that, the challenge just keeps on rolling. I want to see season 50 of the challenge one day.
Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling that you might, honestly, if it keeps going like it is.
Yeah, I was kind of unsure after, I want to say it was Rivals 3. I feel like, I mean, minus the whole big moment with Bananas and Sarah, I felt like the challenge is going downhill, but ever since Invasion, it just keeps going.
I mean, I feel like the challenge is coming back right now, so I'm really, really kind of excited to be on the bandwagon while it's doing it. You know,
we keep getting these good people back. Oh my gosh, my dog wants in. Hold on a second. I'm gonna let him in real quick. What? Come in. Come in. Give it a show. Come in. Okay, fine. Oh no, and I just lost Marie. I'm sure she'll come in real quick, but uh-oh. So what it looks like is I'm probably going to have to redo this tomorrow. Marie had to get off, and yeah, she's not feeling too well. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stay down for about maybe 10 more minutes. Talk about how I feel about certain things of the challenge. I felt like I told Marie, this challenge is going really well. We're 3 episodes in. Dirty 30 was amazing. I feel like it's just gonna keep going. Here's a few things I want to talk about real quick though. What? Come in. Sorry guys, if you guys are watching live, my dog is really wanting to make an appearance in. I know Naya's watching live. What's up, Naya? I miss you really much. I really do. We haven't talked in a minute on Twitter. So you guys got any questions for me and my dog? Not that he's gonna be answering any questions. Feel free to ask. I'm gonna talk about a few things. I'm gonna talk about Devin. because I got to tell you guys, Devin is really killing it this season. I'm going to talk about Natalie, how I feel about Natalie. My buddy's reality radio podcast, we're talking about this episode before it went live. Don't worry about it. The great thing about you guys following me and I'm following you on social media is that we can make it up. What? Go. That's my dog. His name's Chewy. I'm sorry. Oh, gosh, I'm losing viewers. That's okay. But anyways, I'm going to talk about Devin. I'm going to talk about Natalie. And I want to talk about, let's talk about Natalie real quick. So let's start with Natalie. I'm going to bring this up tomorrow. I guess we're going to reschedule for tomorrow. I don't know. I feel like she's good for the show, but at the same time, I feel like she's phony. Unfortunately, guys, I'm going to have to cut this short. Like I said, Marie reached out to me, and we're going to do this tomorrow. She's going to try to get somebody to come on. I will get back to this tomorrow for episode 46, do a little bit of housekeeping real quick. I will be speaking with Morgan McAdam, finally getting her back on the podcast. I haven't had the joy of talking to her on an airwave since 2015, Battle Exes 2. So we're definitely going to get that going. I apologize for that noise in the background, but I will get this back going tomorrow, and I'll talk to you guys then.